There's no doubt that the Niagara region is full of natural wonders, powerful enough to spark a sense of awe in the eyes of whoever is lucky enough to behold them. Take the iconic Horseshoe Falls, for example, and the natural beauties they have carved out of the Niagara escarpment. However, the Niagara River isn't the only natural wonder to come from the escarpment. Another great example is the conservation area and natural environment park located in Milton, Ontario, called Rattlesnake Point, which is famous for its challenging rock climbing routes and stunning hiking trails. Unfortunately, the extended use of the point's natural resources for recreational purposes, along with poor management, began to inflict damage on the site's protected areas. This led the organization Halton Conservation, which owns and operates the Rattlesnake Point, to create the master plan for Rattlesnake Point's conservation area in 2014. The master plan includes the establishment of policies to prevent further damage from being inflicted on the surrounding area and ensure that the carrying capacity is not exceeded. The aim of this presentation will be to offer a critique of the master plan for Rattlesnake Point Conservation Area, and the presentation itself will be broken up into 6 sections: geography, recreational opportunities and their effects, management, carrying capacity, and an analysis of how they implemented the plan, as well as a summary of the most significant management process for the site. Rattlesnake Point offers a variety of stunning flora and fauna that will make any outdoor enthusiast tremble with excitement. But what makes it truly iconic are the geographical features that express the raw, natural beauty of the Niagara Escarpment. Throughout the area, you can find stunning lookout points, large cliff faces that tower over the surrounding area, a plethora of hidden caves embedded within the rock formation, and a diverse ecosystem with unique flora and fauna, including cedar trees, which are over 1,000 years old. Rattlesnake Point owes its iconic features to its location along the Niagara Escarpment. The Niagara Escarpment is a prominent landform that stretches from the Niagara River through the Great Lakes and into southern Wisconsin. It was formed as a result of millions of years of erosion by weather and various hardness in the streams of rock. The escarpment has a caprock made of dolostone, which is harder than the surrounding shell rock. Over millions of years, the shellstone is removed by the process of erosion and leaves behind large cliffs made of the more resistant dolostone. In February of 1990, the United Nations recognized the escarpment and its surrounding lands as a World Biosphere Reserve, and is due to its potential for scientific study and to serve as an example of a healthy relationship between humans and the environment. As I previously mentioned, Rattlesnake Point resides along the Niagara Escarpment World Biosphere, which means it is home to much of Canada's threatened or endangered species. One such species is the eastern Massasauga rattlesnake, which is where the park gets its name. Other examples of endangered species that call Rattlesnake Point home include the Jefferson salamander, the southern flying squirrel, and the rare eastern pipistrelle bat. Rattlesnake Point offers a wide variety of outdoor-based recreational activities, but arguably the most famous of which are the challenging rock climbing routes, which are considered by many climbing enthusiasts to be the best in Ontario. The point also offers 15.5 kilometers of hiking trails that are riddled with geocaching hotspots. It would also be amiss not to mention the wide variety of campsites in the area that each have wide open spaces for various recreational or educational activities. One thing that the master plan for Rattlesnake Point Conservation Area did really well is identifying the many issues that come with the popularity of the point, as well as the effects that extensive recreational activities are having on the area. One of the main issues they found is still prevalent to this day and has to do with a growth in visitation, as it is accelerating the wear and tear of some of the site's natural resources. For example, some of the more popular climbing routes are beginning to smoothen out as a result of the heavy flow of climbers wearing out the holds along the cliff faces. The best advice that can be given when it comes to managing these challenges are to conduct careful calculations of the point's carrying capacity and enforcing policies and regulations that aim to keep the health of the area within the parameters established by the Niagara Escarpment Commission. Luckily, the management plan does propose strategies that are aimed at tackling issues related to the overuse of the site and its natural resources. In the context of the previously mentioned climbing impacts, the plan proposes decommissioning climbing routes which are in conflict with natural heritage features. as well as implementing long-term cliff monitoring programs and increasing public education about the value and fragility of the natural environment. However, the main strategy being proposed in the plan is the Visitor Impact Management Program, or VIMP, which, among other things, involves the tracking of visitation rates and monitoring their effects on the surrounding area. It will be highly recommended that the Halton Conservation place further emphasis on the facilitation of the VIMP and its proposed 9-step program. This will be to ensure that Rattlesnake Point can be safely and sufficiently used by future generations.